It might not have looked like it, however, just for a couple of seconds, it seems as though I was able to find the balance of being able to do the handstand without any wall support. With my legs bent as I was coming on the way down, but I think I want to try the headstand again because it seems like I've made significant, well, progress that I immediately see as significant, because it really seems like I'm getting to a place where I can do the headstand without any wall support. So I'm actually going to keep on gunning for it, and I'll stretch off camera. I haven't done that for the past few days, honestly. It's something for the sake of my health, long term, it's something I should do and carry on doing each day. I'm not, realistically I won't, but not every day, and that's fine, but as long as I go out my way to incorporate stretching at the start of the end, as the months go on, that will do, so that it's sustainable and I don't overdo it and then just go back to a place where I don't want to be and not make progress that I actually keep. So on that note, I'm going to give myself a few minutes so that the phone can keep charging, as I've been doing before filming the first clip, and I'll get back to it. The phone battery, last time I checked and took it off, it was on 7%. The charger just about works. It's the lead, it's not the bass, it's the lead it's basically making music with the way how the currents are not flowing through the lead properly, because I think it's just wear and tear really. I need to get a new one, but I don't have the funds for that. However, I think I will do soon, seeing as that certain someone that I've been speaking about said that they're going to give me at least some of the money that they owe me. So I'll use that to get a new charger. That'll be one of the many things I use it for. But on that note, I'm gonna get back to it, yeah. I got some unsolicited advice from someone who works here, and the person was telling me to move back from the board a bit. I didn't follow their advice because what I was doing worked. However, I have tried it from the last clip. The advice happened in between the last clip and the clip before last, if I'm not mistaken. I've tried it, and in the last clip, just before this one played, I was able to balance without any wall support at all. So following the advice, moving further back from the wall has helped. So I'm gonna keep going and understand what it's like to balance in that position. From there, I'll then learn how to kick up properly. So I would have done the whole thing. So right now, it's kind of like, I see it as two parts. So it being a headstand. Part one, get into position. Part two, stay in that position. Right now, from the last clip, for example, I am practicing staying in position. So once I've mastered that, then what I'll do is I'll practice getting into position and staying in position at the same time. But I won't try and go for as long as I have done with the help of the wall. On that note, with this explanation in mind, I'm gonna keep going on with it. And on that note, let's go, let's do this. It seems like I've mastered the balance. If I want to bring my body forward, I push on my pinky, my pinky finger. That's what I was doing in the last clip, but I could probably use my ring fingers too. And then if I want to lean back, then I use my elbows. I now know how to balance forward and balance back. So I just need to get the experience with balancing in position and staying in that position. That's the part two. And then from there, carry on learning, or carry on progressing to get into getting in position without the wall at all. And then from there, I know how to do the headstand. That is the very first time I've gone out my way to start learning how to balance with my legs completely extended without the wall, without staying on the wall, I mean. That seemed a bit scary. That's why I came down so quick. That had zero control on the way down. But I am going to keep on practicing it though, because it seems like I'm really close to getting the headstand without any support. So I'm going to keep going. I think what I really need to learn is staying in that position with my legs completely extended without the wall, and particularly getting into it. I find because of lack of experience, it can seem a bit uncomfortable mentally, not physically though at all, but more so just out of a fear aspect that things really could go south if I don't do this, if I fall or something like that. So I'm going to acknowledge that genuine concern. I think that concern's healthy, that's fine. I genuinely could really hurt my neck from here. I could really hurt my spine from the neck down if I don't do this properly. So if this is no joke. That fear is fine, but I do have to explicitly tell myself that I am safe, I am okay. I'm doing this in a controlled environment and I'm going at a pace that I feel comfortable with. On that note, I want to keep on practicing getting off the wall or coming off the wall with my feet, and balancing with my legs fully extended. On that note, let's go. It seems like I'm going to achieve the headstand without support at all soon. I just need to keep on doing what I'm doing with learning how to stay in position without any wall support, and then eventually get into position and hold it with the experience that I've got with using my fingers to help me balance, and also my elbows too, which I've been doing for I think over a week now. But I've just been doing the fingers thing, balancing with my fingers, like how I would with a frog stand actually, now that I think about it, or more so my palm, the frog stand, but my hands, basically, that's what I'm talking about. Just like a frog stand. Yeah, on that note, let's get to it. Let's get back to it, I should say, really. I think I'm done with the headstands today because I don't really want to get neck pain for hours like how I've done in the past. So I'm going to move on to the front lever. But before I do, I like to just take some tips for in terms of what I've learned today. So I think the main tips rather is two things in order to keep on to sustain this progress that I've already made. So the first one would be to, like that guy said, without me asking for help, albeit, but like the man said, to move further away from the wall, that way, I'm making it easier for me to learn how to balance without wall support, and how I'm making it easier for myself to come off, to be able to do the handstand, come off the wall. So I'm just balancing. I find that I need to, I think it's a tip that Yoga with Adrian said, bring my knees in toward, she says bring your knees in towards your chest. I would agree. You can think of it like that, but I'd say, I'd say for me personally, how I think about it is, I try and bring my legs closer to my stomach. So to just the upper torso, really. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you're saying that some way, somehow, that's it. It'll get the job done. So I'd like to move further away. I could trust myself to balance without putting my neck on the very bottom of the wall. I don't need to do that anymore. I know the wall's there. I trust my ability, so I'm just going to keep on doing it without wall support. And then the other thing is actually how to balance. So I'd usually use my elbows. I want to keep on doing that, but there's an extra thing I want to add on top of that, and that's to also use my fingers. So when I balance, I'd use my fingers to help me move forward, and then my elbows to help me move back. I wouldn't do this before. I'd just be only using my elbows and pushing on my elbows to get myself in position. I didn't think of it until now, but that's leaning on my elbows, putting a whole load of pressure on my elbows is what's helped me move forward, or stay leaning forward. And then the support of the wall would be what I'd use to not overshoot forward. But now I know how to not overshoot forward without the help of the wall. And that's with putting a lot of pressure on my fingers as I do it. So I know that, and I'm going to keep on doing that. And I'd say in terms of what I'd want to do would be to try and balance without the headstand with bent legs first, just master that, and then eventually go from that to that and balancing, coming off the wall with my legs completely extended, and then from there learn how to get into position and then combine all three. On that note, I'm done with the headstand, and I'm going to get on with the front lever. I just asked the guy that who was at the squat rack that I want to do the front levers where I usually would do them. So on that note, I'm going to get on with it. Let's do this. mic stop?
No, it's really top.
Oh, yeah, it happens. Bonjour. I'm here just to say that this is the end of the video. I did some shoulder shrugs like this 6 times, and then I went forwards and backwards 6 times. So I did 6 going forwards and then 6 going backwards off camera. But I'm making this clip outside of to say what I just said. I'm making this clip to say this is the end of the video because I don't have a clip saying that in the gym. So yeah, this is it. Just the progress I've made today. It's a lot. I made a significant, evidently significant, I'd say, progress with the headstand, seeing as I'm now being able to balance more without wall support. And also, it seems like I am making more progress with the front lever too, even though I didn't do the weightlifting that I said I wanted to do. That's fine. I'll have that. I'll take that. I now know how to balance in headstand more than I did before. So cheers to that. Oh, also, now that I mentioned that, there was a guy who's there who did CrossFit and who was doing handstand push-ups on the wall, and he was telling me to just get used to being upside down. He was showing me handstands on the wall, as I was saying that I like that sort of stuff. I told him that I'd like to make him a friend because I think I just liked how he carried himself, how his happy mood, I think you could call it. Yeah, he certainly looked and sounded like he felt happy. So I think just off that, even though that was the first time I spoke to him, I let him know that I'd want him to be a friend. And I certainly wouldn't mind talking to him. I think that was a bit too quick. That was concerningly quick that I said that. So I can not do that next time. But I don't think it's a problem to say I'd like to speak to someone next time if they're around. That's not an issue. But to say I'd like them to be my friend after speaking to them once, I mean, come on, slow the fuck down. But yeah. Then again, on the other hand, you could say that might actually be helpful or healthy in some way, seeing as he knows my motives. Or maybe he's just, I think personally that was just too fast. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Cheers to the progress I've made today, and cheers to making more tomorrow. Peace. On a side note, bit by bit, day by day, my words from day 100 to day could be 252. The short that I made talking about I wanted to do handstands is becoming true. Bit by bit, more true, bit by bit, piece by piece, day by day. On that note, I'll sign out and I'll let that video play. Peace. Words are very powerful. Imagine that. It is now 23 past 12 at midnight on Sunday, the 23rd of October 2022, and I want to make a notice related to the daily logs. I believe that I have unlocked the frog stand, and because of that, I think it's time to move on to learning a different skill that I thought of learning a few months or so ago, and that's the handstand. I'm going to be learning how to do the handstand, people. The handstand, walking in handstand push-ups, and all sorts of variations. Alongside that, I am going to keep on doing the L-sits to further improve my form, and then when I've done that, I'll move on to something else there. Right, that's it. I have no more to say. Bye now. Cheers to the progress I made today, and cheers to making more progress tomorrow. Peace.